Ninja, hopefully you're still there. Um,
I am.
I want you to tell everybody listening here. Of course, briefly. There's no reason, there ain't no reason to turn this into a Tito Ortiz victory speech. But Henzo got arrested for assault. But of course, there's always two sides to every story. You have a story. You know Henzo personally. A couple months ago, you disappeared from the show. Stop podcasting, stop guesting on the show, calling in. Everybody's worried about you. Nobody knew what happened. And then on one day, you just come clean and you admit that you were about you were depressed, you were in a bad spot. I see a tweet come out from you one day saying you were about to take your life, um, but something changed that. And I hate to sum up that story, but what happened that day, honestly, and how did your life change? What did Henzo Gracie have to do with it?
Without getting into too much detail, because it's a very sad story, and I don't want to
It's
do
got a
that for the
happy ending.
listeners here. Um, so it was February 3rd or 4th, the day after the Super Bowl. That's how I remember it. I had found out people I was living with were kicking me out, and due to my mental status and physical stuff, I really can't live on the street. So something that's haunted me for many, many years. This was my seventh attempt at suicide. To be completely honest with everybody,
Yeah.
um, and it stems from a long history of certain things that we'll get into on another podcast, I'm sure. Um, so basically the story goes is, I distinctly remember sitting on the edge of my bed and just kind of hyping myself up. I'm sorry, I might get a little emotional telling this, but
Yeah, no problem. Just
just
sum it up and
just
yeah, no
just to let the
problem, man.
people
Be
just
real.
to let the people know how close I really was. The Twitter app that I was using at the time had a tweet scheduler on it, and the actual tweet that I had scheduled to go out was to all of you, my friends, my family, everybody on Twitter. The actual tweet said, at this moment in time, I took my own life. I'm sorry to all of you that have supported me and that were friends. I'll be watching down from you. I'll be watching down on you from time to time, and please don't tell Shale. And that was the actual tweet that was going to go out. Um, I had put out a tweet to Shale and Henzo, both good friends, basically because I wanted to say, how much, tell them how much I loved them, and how much they meant to me, and kind of as my goodbye. That was going to be my goodbye. I sent a message to Henzo that read, and I quote, "Hey Henzo, are you still awake?" This was about 1 o'clock in the morning, my time here on the Pacific Coast. So I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed. I got my shoes on, literally gun in hand, guns up to my head, and not to make light of that, but again, that those details are a little hard to swallow, and
Yeah, man.
um,
You were seconds away from taking your own
seconds,
life.
and nobody will ever know exactly how close I really was. And that's just something between me and God, if you believe in that, or but nobody will ever really know how close I was. Um, and as I was sitting there, hyping myself up and pretty much um, getting ready to do the deed, my phone vibrates, as it has done many times on this show. Um, and it's Henzo, and I will read you the actual text or the actual Twitter message Henzo sent me. in reply to Renzo, are you still awake? And he wrote, like my life still depends on it. Now, I don't know what any of you believe in, but holy crap. When somebody, I mean, he could have wrote a bazillion things. And so that hit me. That went, whoa, okay. So I'm going to let Renzo know what's going on. Um, so I DM'd him, hey, the gun's literally to my head. Do you
Damn.
have anything for me? Anything at all? I get a message not a minute later. Give me your phone number. So, I mean, it's Renzo Gracie. So when Renzo Gracie wants your phone number, you're going to give Renzo Gracie your phone number.
Damn right.
I give him my phone number, and again, not another minute later, my phone's ringing. From Abu Dhabi was where Renzo was at the time.
God, halfway across the world.
Halfway across the world, Renzo Gracie actually calls me, takes the time out of his life to call me. And what he proceeded to tell me didn't didn't get filtered through my mind, which obviously was not in the right spot at the time. It went straight to the soul. I can get into more details about it the other day, but the one thing that really stuck out is he says this life is to build your spirit um, for whatever comes next, whatever anybody believes in, whatever you believe comes after this life. This life is to build a spirit. And he said to me, "You have the audacity to quit not even halfway through." And he said, "That's not smart. That's not smart, man." And that really got to me. You know, I don't know what anybody else believes in again, but that really got to me. Like I have the balls to do this at the age of 30. And another thing he had said to me was, "Do you realize what's going to happen if you actually continue with this? You continue thinking like this, you're going to end up dead." Which at the time, yes, that was my goal. Um, or you're going to end up in mental institutions. Does that sound like a good life to you? And man, when Renzo said something like that to you, you really can't. Um, you when Renzo speaks, I always say when Renzo speaks, you listen, and that's the only thing you can do. And I listened. Um, I spent the next 3 days in a mental asylum. Um, Again, I'll go into that on another day. My experiences there. But afterwards, I was still in the same boat. I had no place to go, no place to live. Um, Renzo sent me an undisclosed amount of money that put me in the apartment that I'm living in right now. Um,
Holy
he
shit.
got me on a. What's that?
So let me get this straight. You were just some dude. As far as he knows, you're just a guy on Twitter. But you follow him, you practice some jujitsu. But you're a guy on Twitter to him. He doesn't know you from
Yep.
Adam. You tell him you need some help. You tell him I've got the gun to my head. You're seconds away. He actually not only takes time to respond to you, he drops everything, calls you from Abu Dhabi, saves your life, inspires you. You instead of killing yourself, you do the right thing, check yourself in, get some help, and then you come out and he's not done with the helping yet. Not only did he save your life, he helps you out and donates to you financially. Can
Yep.
continue. It's just unbelievable the amount of generosity from this man.
Absolutely. And a copy of the check is literally on my wall right now as a memory of and it's not the money. It's not the um it's not the fact that he's, Renzo Gracie. It is in the sense that Renzo Gracie believed in me. Um and that not getting into my past again. I could talk for hours about that, but that's something that I have never done before. I've never believed in myself, and here's Renzo Gracie, and he has faith in me, a nobody. And at the time I was feeling really like a nobody. Um, like I didn't really have a friend in the world. Um, and Renzo puts all this faith into me, and to continue with what Renzo's done, uh, he's paying for my jujitsu, which let me tell you, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, not just because I'm a part of the family now, and I'll get to that in a minute. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is a life changer. Um, I can sell Gracie Jiu-Jitsu to anybody all day long. It'll change your life if you let it. It's an amazing thing, and that's all I've got to say about that. The guys that I train with here are awesome. Gary, great. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Charles Gracie team here in Carson City, Nevada. Um, Great guys. But anyway, Henzo's paying for that. I get to do this for the rest of my life. And Henzo has given me he's given me not only the money, not only the second chance at life, he's given me a direction, something else. If you see a pattern here, something else that I'd lacked. He's given me a direction. Now, my goal in life is to live till I'm 100 years old, 100 years old, and I'm going to become a master at Gracie Jiu Jitsu and spend the next 70 years of my life teaching people what Renzo has taught me. So now I have a place to live. I have a great life. I have jujitsu, and now I have a goal. Now I have something that I cannot quit on, some direction to go in. And a lot of people have asked me about this. Currently, Jake from the MMA podcast, God bless his soul, um, has a donation to where everybody could donate to help me pay to change my last name to Gracie, and that's something that really means a lot to me. That's another story in of itself. However,
I'll
a
actually
lot of
help you out a little bit there, man.
go
Yes,
ahead.
yeah, now that the ninja, like Renzo Gracie, saved this man, who we're referring to as the ninja, but he saved this man from not only death, also homelessness, and now he's helping him train jujitsu, get his life back in order, pointed in the right direction. So yes, the ninja does want to actually. This is real. This is happening, people. We're not making this up. This is a true story, just to show you what a good guy Renzo Gracie is, in light of the recent story. But yes, there is a fundraiser that Jake from the MMA podcast put together, and that we're all getting behind here. It's a small fundraiser. The goal is $200 to help the ninja legally change his last name to Gracie out of respect, a token of honor, just to repay the man in some way, and just it's a it's a nod to the man and his name and his family, and uh, it's a sign of respect here that Ninja's going for, legally changing his last name for real to Gracie, and all it's going to take, we looked up the laws here. It's just a matter of a $200 goal. So far, we've collected $45. Just go to fundanything.com, fundanything.com, and search the Gracie Ninja. But I'll tweet out the link. I'll
And
tweet it out later.
and also shout out to our boy Conley Razor threw in a very generous donation. Follow him on Twitter. I believe it's just as simple. Conley Razor. That man is a badass.
And
A
Ninja's
very
just,
big thank you from me to him. Thank you so much.
yep, all we need
Um,
is 155 more to go. And then the Ninja will legally change his last name to Gracie. And for anybody that's like, what? But there, I should add, and I hope I'm not overstepping the lines here, Ninja. There's a reason that you're willing to change your last name, um, and drop the one you have currently. Correct?
Absolutely. Shortly, my mom gave me the name I have now of Larson, Larsen. Um, to basically hide from my father when I was a child. So so it's not like I come from a huge line, a huge family of Larsons. I don't have grandparents that their name's not Larson. It's just a name that she picked to hide me from my very abusive father. So it doesn't mean anything to me. And Henzo, and then I get asked about this a lot. Because I told Renzo I wanted to change my name, not to pretend I'm anything, not to pretend that I'm a Gracie, not to start speaking Brazilian and open a school and yeah, I'm a descendant from Elio Gracie, and I was there at UFC 1. No, that's not what this is about. But Renzo, again, the great man that he is, I cannot specify that enough. Um, since then, Renzo has given me the greatest gift any man, more than money, more than jujitsu, more than a second life. Renzo Gracie has officially, and he's trying to drill this into my head. And if people don't believe it, that's fine. Um, but he's really pushing this on me. He is giving me basically his family. I'm an actual part of the Gracie family. And a lot of people, we try to teach to everybody that, everybody that comes into our schools and whatnot is part of the extended Gracie family. And Renzo is very adamant that no, that I'm a part of the Gracie family as much as Hoist, Henner, Hickson, Hoyler, and Renzo himself. And that's something Renzo's very adamant about because he knows what that's going to do for me. If I'm an actual member of the Gracie family. Now, you can't as an actual member of the Gracie family, I'm not going to be the one that has Chris Gracie when I legally changed my name. Chris Gracie, got arrested for DUI. Chris Gracie got arrested for this. I'm not going to be that guy. He has given me his family's honor, and I'll be damned if I waste that opportunity.
You're
I
damn
have
right.
a lifetime. I have 70 years to prove that I am worthy of that family, that I am a part of that family. I'm worthy, and to make every single member, my goal is to make every single member as proud to be related to me as I am of them. And that is my goal. That is my promise to each and every one of you, as it is my promise to the great Renzo Gracie. So, in light of what you're reading, in light of the news, um, I can assure you, Renzo Gracie is, in my opinion, the greatest man that has ever, ever stepped foot on this planet. He has done more for me than than anybody can expect. Shout out! Please follow Renzo Gracie BJJ on Twitter at Renzo Gracie BJJ, um, and just give him every. I mean, this guy deserves. He's gonna get it from me. 70 years of accolades and thanks and honor and respect. Please, from me, show your support for this man. This story should be, worldwide news. I should be on Ariel Hawaii's podcast telling this story. Um, because this guy deserves it. Renzo Gracie deserves to be recognized for what he's done. Please get on Twitter. Let him know that you respect him from me. Give him all the accolades. Give him a big thank you. Give him a big hug. I don't care. Show your support. He deserves it. Thank you, my brother, Renzo Gracie.